Bruce Lee had a saying that don't fear a man who knows 10,000 kicks, fear a man who's practiced one kick 10,000 times. There's a thing about a guy who's got this one thing. Ryan Garcia has this nasty left hook.
One punch, that's all it takes to flip a fight. Joe Rogan says Ryan Garcia's left hook is so fast, so nasty, that Mario's can get knocked out with just one punch. Here's why Rogan believes King Ray owns one of the deadliest weapons in boxing.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh. Oh. No. Oh. Oh yeah. Baby. Oh. Like. Catch, pop. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Head.
Meanwhile, former boxer Bernard Hopkins said Garcia has all the physical advantages, length, speed, and athleticism to outbox Mario from the outside. But it all comes down to one thing: discipline. Don't admire your punches. Keep your head down. Stick to the game plan the moment the adrenaline hits.
The fight was going to play out, and I anticipated the fight playing out where Ryan will use all the attributes that he has to his best ability. What I mean by that is stay out,
Length,
stay outside, speed. Remember, don't admire your work, right? Don't be the squirrel with your head up looking for something.
Right.
Keep it down. He mentioned it working in training, that they was working on that, they was focused on that. Reporters was asking, you going to keep your head down? Of course, that's the easy thing to ask, but that's what he was known for.
But here's where things get interesting. Former American professional boxer Jamel Herring breaks down Saturday's fight as a true toss-up, giving Barrios his due respect. He points out that a draw against Manny Pacquiao, even an aging one, is still a badge of honor. And Barrios has consistently shown he can box with the best until he fades or gets caught. The issue with Barrios isn't skill, it's stamina and staying power.
I think it's a very close fight, and people are giving it. I mean, again, come on, Mario Barrios had a draw against a great Manny Pacquiao. I don't care what state. I mean, you could argue that Manny Pacquiao should have got the win. Don't get me wrong, but again, a draw against Pacquiao is still a medal. It's still a badge of honor right there. And again, Mario Barrios is not a bad fighter. The only thing my issue with Mario is he starts out strong and then he fades out like he did against Abel Ramos in that fight. Starts out strong, he can box. I mean, he was even in the Tank Davis fight, and then he got caught. But my only issue with Ryan is is he focused? Is he a focused Ryan?
However, counting out Garcia would be a massive mistake. As for Garcia, Herring doesn't question the tools. They're clearly there. The real unknown is whether Ryan shows up focused and fully committed. With both men facing doubters, Garcia for undeserved opportunities, Barrios for inconsistent performances, there's everything on the line Saturday night.
Like Ryan does have the tools to be a really, really good fighter, but it's like we don't know if Ryan actually really has the passion and heart at times for the fight game. So that's the only issue that's the only knock I will say I have on Ryan. But I think for the both of it is a lot on the both of their shows, because again, people felt that Ryan didn't deserve the opportunity. Because of the Rollies fight, of course, and people, like you mentioned, have their doubts about Barrios. So I think they both have a lot on the line to prove to themselves and the naysayers as well.
Adding on, boxing analysts Andrew Bocanegra and Brian Mendoza break down Ryan Garcia's bizarre career trajectory. He sells tickets, but hasn't actually earned a thing. He hasn't had a marquee win, they point out. He looked decent against Tank for 2 rounds until he took a knee and quit. He finally gets a big win over Haney, but it's tainted by steroids. Then, straight from that, Romero completely dominates him. No moving up the ranks, no earned title. Just a guy who keeps getting opportunities because he brings money to the table.
As long as you can, bring money to the table, that's really what's going to keep getting you these opportunities, because he hasn't had like a marquee win. He stepped up. He was doing decent against Tank because he just came at him the first couple rounds. He got caught. He took a knee. He kind of called in that fight. And then, he finally has that great win, but then it's kind of tainted a little bit. Was he on steroids? Was he not? So with Haney. And then straight from that to a loss against Rolly, just a complete domination by Rolly.
Here's the reality. Andrew breaks down how promoters keep feeding Ryan Garcia title shots. They're really trying to get him the title back-to-back opportunities. It's not about merit, it's about math. He sells, so he gets the slots. Maybe he pulls something off, maybe he doesn't, but the machine keeps pushing.
And that's what they're like, all right, well, just put him in these slots, maybe he can pull something off. They're really trying to get him the title. This is they're just back-to-back title shots, and it kind of is what it is, but, you know, he sells, so that's what gets him in these positions. The hardcore boxing fans know what it is, you know that he can sell tickets, that, you know, he brings numbers. He brings the numbers that the promoters are looking for. So they know what it is. It's more that side, you know, there's going to be a paycheck at the end of it, but he brings so many casual fans and so many outsiders that they're just fanboys of Ryan or the girls, you know, the same.
However, boxing commentator, Showbiz the Adult, Ryan Garcia versus Mario Barrios is a high-stakes crossroads fight where both men have everything to prove. Garcia has the speed and power to stop Barrios early if the focused, disciplined version shows up, but that's a major question mark after his lifeless loss to Rolly Romero and well-documented issues with commitment. Barrios is durable, experienced, and now trained by Joe Goosen, who knows Garcia's tendencies intimately. His problem is stamina. He starts strong, but fades. The outcome hinges entirely on which Garcia walks to the ring.
Mario Barrios, when you look at him, and you look at him against a Manny Pacquiao, who's not as fast as he once was, and he was countering Mario Barrios. And Mario Barrios' block, you can punch through it. You saw what Abel did, dropping Mario Barrios, just punching through his block. And Mario Barrios against Pacquiao, he seemed to be a little reluctant to me. And it seems as though he was reluctant because of Manny Pacquiao's speed. And speed kills. But if you're going to be a little gun shy because of speed, Ryan Garcia may be the fastest puncher in the world. Now with Ryan Garcia, he was gun shy himself against Rolly Romero. Rolly Romero wasn't giving Ryan Garcia much to counter.
But the footage tells a different story. Days out from the Barrios fight, Ryan Garcia is looking explosive on the mitts. But the real story is what's happening behind the scenes. He's back with his dad, Henry, as head coach, calling it a resurrection after admitting this is either his burial or his comeback.
Bradley is crazy enough to do this without the body protector. Here we go. You ready?
Here I go.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's good.
Oh, yeah, it was different than last time.
Different than last time for sure.
Ah!
Laps around the pool.
God!
I grew up. I grew up.
The power looks real, the physique is ripped, but old habits die hard. Footage still shows Garcia pulling his head straight back after jabs, the same defensive flaw. The hand speed is there. The question Saturday isn't whether he looks dangerous on the mitts, it's whether those habits hold up when Barrios is punching back. Meanwhile, Mario Barrios is a fundamentally sound, volume-based technician whose skills are often underrated because his recent results don't tell the full story. Standing 6 feet tall with a 71-inch reach, he uses his frame expertly to control distance behind a high-volume surgical jab, throwing over 60 per fight to measure range, set traps, and break opponents down. With Joe Goosen now tightening his defense and honing his ability to capitalize on opponents' mistakes, Barrios enters this fight as a disciplined, battle-tested champion whose skill set is built to frustrate and break down faster, more erratic fighters.
Now delay a little bit so you jab. Boom, right hand.
Mario Barrios has put together the most grueling, obsessive training camp of his career for this shot at Ryan Garcia, and he's left absolutely nothing to chance. He brought in Hall of Fame trainer Joe Goosen, the same man who used to train Garcia, and together they've been putting in work that borders on fanatical. In the gym every single day with 30 to 40 rounds of drills just on the floor, not even counting sparring. For an entire month, Barrios was doing 35 rounds of various drills daily before they even let him start sparring. That's how meticulous this preparation has been. Goosen has been tightening every screw, from footwork to knuckle placement, fixing the defensive holes while building an offense explosive enough to finally shut up the critics who point to those back-to-back draws with Abel Ramos and Manny Pacquiao. Goosen knows Garcia's tendencies better than almost anyone, and he's been drilling Barrios on distance, timing, and capitalizing on the exact bad habits Garcia falls back on when the pressure mounts. The result is a champion who looks sharper than he ever has, absolutely locked in, with a game plan so detailed that Goosen flatly says he could be offered $1 million. This isn't just training, it's a calculated dismantling waiting to happen. Ryan Garcia is training harder than ever, locking in every single day with a focus on sharpening his speed, precision, and mental toughness so he can dominate Mario at the highest level. He's treating it like a real championship camp, building lightning-fast reflexes, tightening his timing, and working non-stop on coordination and rhythm. Just like in boxing, he understands that small technical improvements make a massive difference, so he drills the fundamentals repeatedly, perfecting movement, reaction speed, and split-second decision-making. He studies patterns, anticipates challenges before they happen, and pushes himself through long sessions without losing focus. There are no shortcuts in his preparation. It's repetition, discipline, and constant skill work. Every session is about getting sharper, faster, and more composed under pressure. He's not just playing, he's training with intensity, building the confidence and control needed to beat Mario decisively. This Saturday, Ryan Garcia will be looking to win the WBC Welterweight Championship by defeating Mario Barrios. Four-time world champion Shakur Stevenson gives his prediction for the fight. Stevenson also welcomed a possible meeting with Garcia down the line, accepting Garcia's offer of a proposed 144 lb catchweight contest. "I love the fight. I think that is perfect. There would be a lot of excitement for that fight. It's a big money fight." Ryan Garcia is somebody who comes in there and you never know which version of him is going to show up. If the good version of him shows up, he gets spanked. If the bad version of him shows up, he gets spanked. Either way, he doesn't stand a chance. Adding on, Jamel Herring believes the fight should theoretically favor the champion Mario Barrios. He's the naturally bigger man, he's durable, and he's proven he can box at a high level. But Herring admits he wouldn't be shocked if Ryan Garcia pulls off the knockout.
To be honest, Ryan Garcia is usually the one that used to being the taller, longer guy in there. So I think it's going to be different for Ryan to be the shorter guy for a change, trying to get on the inside. But if you take away, again, he has to be close enough to get that left hook off. So if you nullify and keep the space in between, Mario can make it an easier fight than what people expect.
The uncertainty around Garcia's focus and commitment makes him boxing's ultimate wild card, capable of looking like a star or completely flat on any given night. The stakes couldn't be higher because massive money fights are waiting on the other side. A win puts Garcia in line for lucrative rematches with Devin Haney, Rolly Romero, or even Gervonta Davis. Even if Barrios wins, the reality is the sports economics mean Garcia winning or losing will likely still get the bigger opportunities. He brings the numbers, and that's what keeps the machine moving.
I think it's your favorite. Honestly, I think she favored the champion. Because again, I think she favored the champion in my favor. But I wouldn't be surprised if Ryan does get the knock. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, there's a lot on the line with this, man. Because everybody wants to see Devin and Ryan go at it again. Devin got that big win against Brian Norman Jr. There's Rolly still there, waiting for the winner as well. So yeah, it's big money fights.
The fans' prediction is spot on. Ryan Garcia and Mario Barrios are officially set to face off this Saturday, February 21st, live on DAZN PPV from the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas.
Who do you have for this fight? Ryan Garcia or Mario Barrios coming February 21st?
It's a tough question. I think Ryan Garcia, it's time to keep growing after. I mean, the last fight was good, but he needs to improve more.
The stage is set. The stakes are real. Saturday night at the T-Mobile Arena, two men walk into the fire with everything on the line. For Ryan Garcia, it's redemption or irrelevance, a chance to finally grab that world title and prove the chaos was worth it. For Mario Barrios, it's a chance to shut down the doubters and show he's more than just a paper champion. Speed versus size, power versus durability. A star who sells tickets versus a champion who earns respect the hard way. So here's the question. Does Ryan's left hand find the mark before Barrios' jab breaks him down? Does the focused version of Garcia show up, or the one who quit on his stool against Romero? And if Barrios wins, does he finally get the credit he deserves, or does Ryan still walk away with the bigger payday? Drop your prediction in the comments, like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a thing. We'll see you Saturday night.